Fashionable Faith. So my name is Jasmine. This is going to be my first video on my brand new YouTube channel, and I am going to kind of introduce who I am, talk about how I got to starting this channel and what kind of motivated me to do so. And I'm going to do this in a very fun way. So I am going to participate in the 25-minute makeup challenge, which basically means that I'm going to set a timer on my watch. I'm going to have 25 minutes in order to complete a full face of makeup, like an everyday look that I'm going to wear today because I'm getting ready to go to lunch with my family. But while I'm doing my makeup, I'm just kind of going to talk through how I got to this point, some of the gems that were dropped upon me, and some of the gems that I've dropped upon other people that kind of pursued me to start this makeup channel slash fashion channel. And so if you want to see more and get ready to go through this journey with me, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to upload a video every Sunday. And so yeah, let's get started. So I usually start with the Black Radiance True Complexion HD Primer. It is brown, which is awesome for me because I'm brown, and I kind of rub it into my face. So yeah, so Fashionable Faith is essentially a channel that I wanted to create that could bring together young women who are believers from all over the city that I live in, which is Chicago, the country, and even the world. So what I've noticed in this generation is that we kind of are straying away from faith. We kind of are really not, what's the word I'm looking for? We're really not comfortable with telling people that we believe in Christ or that we have faith in something. And so I really wanted to create this channel to let young women know that it's okay to have faith, because I love my faith. I really love God. Coming to my faith has been a journey for sure. And if I'm not looking at the camera, you guys, it's because I have like a little mirror here. And faith is very important to me because I really essentially feel like God is someone who saved my life in many, many ways. And I'll get into that more in my next video, which will be my salvation story. And so when it comes to being open with my faith and being open with the love that I have for Christ, like, I'm not ashamed of that. So the next thing that I do is I go in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. It's in the color deep brown, if I'm not mistaken, because my hair is red and I kind of don't really like the harsh look of black eyebrows, so I use a brown eyebrow pencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of fill my eyebrows in. Yeah, so basically, as a young woman, I'm 24 years old. I turned 25 this year, and I'm really, really excited for that chapter of my life. But yeah, so as a young woman who really loves God, I feel like sometimes when we think of people who love Christ, or when we think of young people who love Christ, we kind of think of these like socially removed beings who don't have fun, they don't go out, they don't socialize with people. And that's not really the case. Like, I really wanted this channel to showcase that young people who have faith in God and love God are just like everyone else. And in order to do that, I'm going to be having like guests on this channel and things like that. So I haven't always been somebody who has believed in Christ, and now I'm going to use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the color Golden Honey. I literally just bought this from Ulta a few weeks ago, so I'm really excited to try it. I'm going to conceal under my eyebrows and over my eyebrows, and I'm going to blend that in with a damp beauty blender. So yeah, I kind of feel like when we think about young believers, we don't really think about them being social, them having lives like every other young person. I don't know how I feel about this concealer. It's very, very orange, so let's try to kind of blend this out a little bit. And I always dampen my beauty blenders just because dry beauty blenders really do nothing for me. So I'm going to blend this concealer out a little bit. Let's see if I can move my mirror a little closer so I can stay on camera. So I'm gonna and I think I have about 20 minutes left, so it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna blend this out. It is a little orange, but I should be able to clear that up when I add my foundation. So I also drag my concealer onto my eyelid just to make a base for the foundation, as well as the eyeshadows that I'm going to use. So once my eyebrows dry, I usually move on to my foundation, and the foundation that I use is Maybelline Fit Me 355 in the color Coconut. So I take it in the back of my hand, tap it on my face, rub it in with a brush. Yeah, so I didn't really come to Christ until I was about maybe like 20. I had just graduated from undergrad. I went to school in Ohio, and I'll talk about that experience in my salvation story, because that was really like the peak of me understanding God and who he was in my life. So yeah, so I went to undergrad in Ohio. I graduated from undergrad, and then I came back to I came back to Chicago, sorry. And I really was in a very, very, very dark place personally. Like, I really didn't know where I particularly fit. I didn't really have friends here. All of my friends had moved back to the state that they came from. And I'm going to be using this buffing brush. I'm not sure where I got this from. I'm pretty sure I got it from Walgreens. Shout out to Walgreens. It's a Real Techniques brush. It came in a set. I just kind of mixed it with my facial spray, and then I rubbed my foundation in a circle. I realized that like this technique allows the foundation to look a lot smoother. I don't really like streaking down and just so I really kind of buff into a circle and kind of really get it into my skin. So yeah, I moved back to Chicago, and yeah, it was a really rough time for me. Like, I really didn't know anyone here. I really didn't have that many friends. I mean, I had my family, and my mom really had raised us to be independent women. So at the time, like straight out of undergrad, which I may have been 21 actually, I kind of moved out and wanted to really like begin to create a life for myself as a young woman. And so I moved into my first apartment, and it was like this really large 1-bedroom in the Washington Park neighborhood of Chicago. And I struggled because like I was in this big apartment by myself. Like I had already been away from my family for 4 years, and I was away from them even longer at this point. Like I was away from them. I moved by myself, so I really, unless I like drove to see them, like I really wasn't seeing them. And so it was just a transition for me. And so in that time, like I really had to figure out kind of like who I was, who I wanted to be. And so that was definitely an experience for me, one that really kind of like aligned me with my faith. So it was that year that I had enrolled into graduate school to be certified as a teacher. And so that was, you know, oh, let me hurry up. I only have 17 minutes left in this challenge. So that was definitely something that kind of, I feel like God was really aligning my steps and my path at that time. Like I was a graduate student that year, which was insane. Like financially it was insane, time-wise it was insane. But it really prepared me for my job now, which is an elementary school educator. And I love it. I taught 4th grade for 2 years, and now I'm in 6th grade. 6th grade is a lot different from 4th grade. I'll just say it's a lot of spiciness. So now I'm going to go back in with my concealer and kind of conceal some of the areas that could use a little brightening up. This is very orange. I have red undertones, so I'm gonna try to make this work. If I look crazy at the end, then I know that this is the wrong foundation color that I bought, and that I need to go back to Ulta and get another one. I think I should have gotten honey. That was the next step down, and I think that was more red based. But let me kind of blend this out a little bit more so I can really blend it in. But yeah, so yeah, so that year was it was crazy. It was definitely a growing experience. And yeah, so it was like maybe a year or later, that I had finally graduated from graduate school, but I really still felt like something was missing. Like, I had grown up in a faith-based household, and so I knew God was definitely real. I did not doubt that he was real, but I don't feel like I had per se a personal relationship with him. And so I really started to get more into my word. Like I said, that graduate school year was crazy. And so it was that year that I decided to rededicate my life to Christ. I decided to get baptized, and it was really cool because my church, which is like this awesome faith-based community for me, I've been going to this church since I was a child, but now as an adult it's like a lot different. But yeah, so my pastor was having like we have things called Go Sunday, which is basically where we go into the community and we really like give back. So we had Go Sunday at the beach, and he offered to baptize people in the water. And of course I was afraid at first because I'm like, oh, I'm being baptized in the lake, like Lake Michigan, in front of all of these people. But I really felt like that was like a foundational day of my faith. Like, it was really me trusting God to really like put me in a new path. And for me, baptism is that you go down the old man and you come out the new man. So I knew that baptism for me was going to be me really starting like a new chapter of my life. So that was really something that was really like foundational to my faith, and I would recommend baptism to everyone. Not saying that it has to be like a public spectacle, but if you know that you really need to transition into a new place in your faith, I would say baptism. And there are so many scriptures about baptism, and if you want me to leave those or make a video about my baptism story, I definitely will. Just let me know down below. So now that I have my concealer and my base is kind of even out, and this concealer does not look that bad, shout out to you, NYX, I am going to bake. And usually this is the time where I also put on my eyeshadow, and I have about 13 minutes left, so I'm about to speed through. So I'm gonna put my little powder. When I am doing a basic makeup, I don't really do all that contour and all that jazz. That's when I'm really going out, and I'm not going out. So I'm gonna take this really cool eyeshadow palette that I got in Vegas when I was with my big sis. I got to build my own MAC eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use this lovely brown here, which I use usually as my base. I'm just going to tap off any excess. I'm going to go in and put this over my whole lid. It's like a very neutral, natural color. Go back in, get a little bit more. I really love this eyeshadow palette. I really wanted some neutrals, and then I wanted some colors. So I have like a gold, a turquoise glitter, a purple glitter. I have like this turquoise blue matte color. I have an orange matte, I have a black matte, I have a brown shimmer, I have a brown matte, and then I have this very light tan matte. So I'm just gonna put that all over my eye. This is like a neutral everyday look, like nothing too cray. So I'm gonna buff that out in. Then I'm going to take this Wet n Wild all natural palette that I got from, I'm pretty sure I got this from Target. I'm gonna use this darker brown. I don't know if you can see this like darker brown color here. I'm gonna put that in my outer corner of my eye just to create some type of like dimensions. Nothing too special, because like I said, I'm literally about to go to Culver's and eat a chicken sandwich, and I don't need to be in there with a full beat on to go and eat chicken. So I'm gonna put this on the outer corner. Yeah, very simple. Now I'm going to take my big fluffy buffing brush, and I'm going to remove this powder because I don't want to look like a Casper the Friendly Ghost, but I do want to highlight those specific areas. And then I'm going to go in with my MAC powder in the color NC45. It's a pressed powder. It's the same color as my skin, and I just use it to kind of buff out my whole face and really make sure that everything is the same color, because you don't want to be 12 colors. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, okay, so I got baptized and it was a great experience. I loved it. And it was really after that baptism that I really started to focus on like really aligning myself with Christ. So unfortunately, that was at the time when I started to lose lots of friends. So I'm going to take my eyeliner, my NYX eyeliner. Shout out to NYX, y'all are bomb. In the color Black Bean 601. I'm going to put it on my bottom crease. I mean my bottom eyelid. Eyeline, sorry. Very, very basic. It's very, very dark. Love it. Then I'm going to take my Falsies Maybelline Waterproof Mascara. I'm going to put that on my eye. I have about 9 minutes left and I'm almost done. Everything is coming together. Ooh, with eyeliner on my bottom. So I'm going to put some mascara on. I normally wear lashes, but I think I'm allergic to lashes. So this kind of does the same effect. It really makes your lashes longer, which is bomb. But yeah, so it was after I got baptized that I really started to align with Christ. And this is just like a clear little mascara I got from the beauty supply. I'm going to really brush my eyebrows out because I want them to be like in place. And I usually do my eyebrows on my own. Like I pluck and tweeze them by myself and do all that jazz. So I am going to mist my face because I love when my blush and my highlighter kind of has something to stick to. So I'm going to cover my eyes. And this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finishing Setting Spray. Got it from Walgreens. Shout out to Walgreens. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so now I am going to go in with my blush, which is from Tarte. It's called Party. It's this really pretty pinkish color. I'm going to use a Wet n Wild blush brush. I'm going to smile so I can really get the apples on my cheeks. I kind of buff it in. I don't really want to look like a clown, but I kind of do want it to be like a faint pink color. And I kind of stretch that back to make it look a little more natural. That's good. I'm good on that. And then I'm going to take my NYX Illuminator in the color Chaotic, which is this gorgeous pink. And then I'm going to take a flatter brush, Flatter Real Techniques brush. I don't know if this is a highlighter brush, but I use it as a highlighter. I'm pretty sure this is a foundation brush. I don't care though. I'm going to put a little foundation on the tip of my nose. I'm going to kind of buff it out with my finger. I'm going to put it on my top lip. I'm going to put it on my cheekbone and kind of drag it up. Same thing on this side. And as you can see, this highlight is hopping. If I really want to be sparkly, I kind of put it under my brow bone. Sometimes I drag it in a C formation. Yeah. And this is really all I do every day. And, you know, I go back, I kind of, you know, clean up any extra areas. I normally take a paper towel and wipe my lip off. Don't have that today, so I'm going to wipe my mouth off with my beauty blender to get that extra foundation off my lip. And my everyday lip look is I'm going to take NK lip pencil. I'm pretty sure I got this from Walgreens. In the color dark purple, I'm going to line my lips. A very pretty plum color. And I have 6 minutes left. I'm gonna rub my lips together. I'm gonna take this Melting Pot CoverGirl Gel Liquid lipstick in the color Evangelical. Squeeze it out a little bit. Kind of tap it on my lips. It's a pinkish color. And with the plum lipstick, it really does kind of complement one another. Kind of drag it along to kind of blend that lip. Rub my lips together. Then I take the Holy Grail Beauty Supply lip gloss. Clear. Rub it on my lips. and rub it all in. Then I do one final spray with the mat, and then I put my glasses on. And I really like this. This is cute. Then with my glasses on, I kind of make sure, you know, nothing else is crazy looking. I make sure my lips don't look a mess. So this is my makeup look. I was able to do this in 25 minutes, which is everything. You hear me? I probably have to wipe my glasses off because they do seem a little dirty. But like I say, I go back with this brush to make sure everything is okay. This is kind of when I brush my hair. But yeah, I know this video was a little rambly, a little all over the place, but essentially I really want this channel to be a place where we can merge faith and we can merge fashion and fun, and we can really sit down and build community with one another and have conversations about the things that we like, the things we don't like, things that we struggle with as young women who are believers, things that are really affecting our lives. And I want to do it in a way that shows that we're just like every other 20-plus-year-old or 30-plus-year-old. It's just that we have to focus on different things, and we're not allowed to be swept in with the crowd when it comes to certain topics and certain things, because we do have a love for Christ and we do follow the things that he has told us to do in the Bible. So as you can see, I have my Woman of God shirt on from God is Dope, one of my favorite t-shirts, and I am a woman of God, and I feel like growing up I didn't really think that was a cool thing to be, and so I really kind of ran from my faith. And in college I was like running way far, but now as a 24-year-old going on a 25-year-old, I've really started to believe that like God is really the foundation of my life, and in following him and doing the things that it says in his word, like I've really started to realize that God has really aligned my path, and God has really protected me in so many ways that I could have protected myself. He's protected my family and my friends. And so when I think about what I owe to Christ and the small things that he's asking me to do as far as following his word, how can I not do those things when he's done so much for me? And so I'm going to go really into depth about the things that he has done for me when I speak about my salvation story, which will be coming out on January 5th. So definitely stay tuned. Like I said, I hope you really enjoyed this video. It was a little all over the place, but the message is still the same. One of my favorite scriptures is 1 Peter 3:3-4, which basically says that God looks at the inner and not at the outer. So we may adorn ourselves with gold and jewels and fine linens, but what is really in our heart? Do we really have a heart to follow Christ? So like I said, go ahead, like and subscribe, share this video with someone you may know. I'm going to come back with a new video on January 5th. My backdrop will be up and everything like that. So I just hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.